Welcome back to another exciting episode of Cyber Defense TV. I'm your host, Gary Malevsky, and the publisher of Cyber Defense Magazine. And to all my friends across the globe, ni hao ma, how are you? We have Terrence Liu. He is the CEO of TXOne Networks, which is TXOne-networks.com. He is in Taiwan, joining my hot seat. Terrence, welcome.
Hello, thank you, Gary. Hello, everyone.
You have an amazing company. You've partnered with one of my favorite antivirus and cybersecurity vendors, Trend Micro, and you're focused on stopping the bad guys going after critical infrastructure, the convergence of ITOT. Tell us about what you do, how you do it.
Yeah, exactly. The whole cybersecurity landscape for OT and for IoT has been significantly changed in last 2 to 3 years. The bad guys, especially hackers, because of the trigger of money, now they find a way to monetary attacking, so they can benefit from virtual currencies like Bitcoin. So that changed the behavior from just stealing the data into a ransomware, right? And then in OT world, the hackers learn about, number one, there is not so much technology difference between IT and the OT now. And number two, they can use their existing technology, their existing technique to break OT, just like what they did to IT. And number three, actually, the cyber defense for OT is not that ready. We can see a lot of tragedies happen, just like last week, the Colonial Pipeline. And at TXOne Networks, we learned about that. And so when we look back, what does OT need at this moment? Around 5 years ago, some companies, they are doing great. They're helping OT to increase their visibility. So now many OT people know what they have. So the next step will be how to protect them. So at TXOne Networks, we built several products, including network protection, endpoint protection, and even like a security auditor to help OT customers to secure their network, their critical assets with our products.
Are you adding a layer of encryption like a data diode where you're encrypting the network that the PLC, the controllers are on? Are you leaving the network the way it is, but tapping in and eavesdropping to see if there's strange behavior or attacks? How do you do that? How do you protect these easily hackable networks that were not designed for security, but designed for critical infrastructure, manufacturing, even now smart cities, etc.?
Yeah, that's a great question, Gary. Like you said, that OT devices, they are easily hacked because security by design didn't there for 10 years ago. There are a bunch of vulnerabilities, and in OT, so many devices are still equipped with legacy operating systems. We interview our customers. Actually, there is a big percentage, more than 50% of their devices are still equipped with Windows 7 or older. And Microsoft already started the support of Windows 7, right? So how to secure these vulnerabilities? But we cannot ask customers to patch, because when they do patch, they suffer from the two potential risks. Number one, the compatibility. And number two, they have to shut down the operation before they can do the patch. So what we do is we do virtual patch, and we are a strong advocate for network segmentation. So all our networking solutions are about networking segmentation, and we put a virtual patch, and we add another layer. We call it like a protocol whitelisting. There are many OT protocols there, and those OT protocols, in long time ago being developed, they are not encrypted. They are not authenticated at all. So when you have a hacker cheating in your OT, they can send the control command to the critical controller and shut down everything, or even change the configuration. What we do is we do network segmentation, and we make sure only certain device can talk to the other specific device, and we also monitor what they talk. Is that an attack? Is that legal control command. That's what we do.
Do you do that using VLANs, and are you offering like hardware switch firewalls? Is it hardware? Is it software? How do you segment the networks?
Okay, we do that in two ways. We have the layer 2 way and the layer 3 way. Okay, so based on the IP address, MAC address, or even the protocol, or even the control command, we can do restriction like this. In certain time, only certain device can talk to which device with which protocol and which control command. So for this very critical controller, maybe only specific engineer workstation can do the configuration, while other devices may read the log, read the event, retrieve the data, but never change anything. So that you don't worry, people just log on your network and turn off the circuit breaker and lost the power and energy.
Terrence, how long does it take to deploy one of the TXOne Network solutions?
That's very easy because, like I said, it's like a layer 2. So when you decide to install it, you just unplug the network, install in the one side, and install the network to the other side. Then you work. TXOne Networks product, from the first line of code, we designed by nature for OT. So we call it OT native, and so we have a bunch of ways to reduce the effort of configuration, deployment, and etc. We even have a function called zero configuration. Basically, you put a USB stick onto the firewall and automatically it configure for you so that you can deploy many firewalls in a very short time.
Sounds amazing. Are you deployed in other countries? Are you deployed in the US? Are you deployed around the globe? And how do you sell? Do you sell direct? Do you sell through channels? How do people get a hold of you?
Yeah, that's a great question. TXOne Networks was founded by Trend Micro, and now we heavily leverage Trend Micro sales force to distribute TXOne's product worldwide. We focus on mainly manufacturing, oil and gas, and power. And we have now reputable customers in all over the world, including big semiconductor companies, big automotive companies, and some big oil and gas companies, and etc.
Terrence, is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers and listeners that we haven't covered?
Yeah. Right now, people look at OT security. This is a very new technology because 3 years ago, majority of people, they believe OT is air-gapped, but it's not, right? Right now, for many manufacturers, their ERP talk to MES, manufacturer execution system, and from the MES, there has a data for production lines to manufacture things accordingly. So that way, your OT and IT connected. And in order to have the real-time data from the production line, so you have to send the telemetries back to cloud. So that way you also connect your OT to cloud. So OT is air-gapped is actually a myth. And now it's a good time to have the visibility and the roadmap, how to defend it, and then protect it. I love the 5 functions of cybersecurity framework, and they are identify, protect, detect, response, and recover. In IT world, I believe in last 20 years, it has gone through all the 5 functions. But in OT world, maybe we are just hit the second one, which is the protect. And there's a long way to go, everybody. Let's do it together.
Terrence Liu, the CEO of TXOne Networks at txone-networks.com. You made it through my hot seat. Your company sounds amazing. You partner with Trend Micro, covering the most critical infrastructure from oil and gas to power, transportation, healthcare. All these industries need one thing. As you said, there's 5 different steps. We got to get to the protection step as fast as possible. We can do it with your help. And then folks, come back next time for another exciting episode of Cyber Defense TV.
Thank you, Gary.
谢谢你 and 再见. Thank you so much.
Bye bye, 再见.